What's up? What's up? Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Hey, I hope you guys having an awesome freaking Wednesday. I got my boy Justin. We coming over here to drop some nuggets. You know, Justin, I bring Justin on a lot with me. And the reason why I bring Justin on a lot with me because we resonate. We truly understand the game of success, what it takes to really be successful. We don't care if you're building a traditional business. We don't care if you're building an online business. We don't care if you're in a home business profession because we know it all starts with personal development. You know, me and Justin, we host a clubhouse on every Sunday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's so crazy about that one clubhouse we do because we really base it around things that really can help people take their life to the next level. Not only their life, but their business and their relationships, even in their family to the next level. And the crazy thing about it is a lot of people don't get that part. They just do not tune into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Justin take it away, share a little bit about you. And me and him, we just going to have a conversation like we always have. What's going on? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How you guys doing? My name is Justin Springer, basically from Dallas, Texas, like Troy McKnight. But I recently moved out here to California, which I know is a crazy move for a lot of people. They're probably even wondering. Some are like, Justin, what are you doing? But you know, for me, my whole life is all about experiences, and the only reason why is because if you ever follow me and you know a little bit of my history, right? In my 20s and 30s, when everybody else was going to college and doing their thing and working on their careers and all that, I wasn't. I was being an idiot, right? So with that being said, I made a promise to myself and I said, okay, listen, if, God allows me to live, my first, I'm not 40 yet, but still in my, like up to my 40s, my first 40s, like where it was just lessons, then I'm going to make sure that my last 40s that, if I can live to 80 years old, I'm going to make sure that last half of my life is really about experiences, giving back and all that stuff. And so that's my goal. That's what I set out to do. And I've been doing that. And it's funny that you said, hey, we really help people with their life, their family, their businesses. And I'm going to let you know right now that that's what it's really all about. For some odd reason, since the beginning, we were ingrained with this whole thought of, well, you know what I mean? I go to school. And once I go to school, I can get a good job. Right. So we grind and we put all the hours in. Right. And our reward was the job. Right. So then we got trained at, well, if we go to a job and we work and we grind and we save, the reward is you can retire at 65 and live your life. So you know what happens? People instantly think, well, if I had more money, I could solve more things. And we both know that's a lie. Right. But that's what they think. Right. So they think, okay, I'm going to go grind. I'm going to go put all my work in. And the reward is I'm going to make a whole bunch of money and it's going to take care of all my problems, right? Because that's what we've been trained to do. And we both know that that's BS because I'm here to tell you right now, what if you don't make it? What if you don't make it? What if another 2020 comes, right? What if, you make all the money, but you didn't take care of your health. And so therefore, like next thing you give out on heart failure, which heart problems is like the number one cause of death, right? What if you sit there and you say, okay, hey, listen, I'm going to take care of my health. I'm going to take care of my finances. And I get all the way to the end and okay, now I made it. I made all this money. I'm healthy. Now I'm going to go try to be with my kids. But now they're all grown up. They're off to college. Yeah, it's too late. They're getting into trouble and then they quote you and they say, you were never the dad that was around, right? And then you're going to play yourself like, well, no, but you don't understand. I was working on generational wealth. I made a post the other day, Troy, and I said, hey, listen, the real flex is making money while making memories.
Wow.
Because everybody's like, oh, I'm working on that generational wealth. That's cool. So you want to leave your kids with millions of dollars, which is great. Very notable of you, or noble of you, I should say. But no memories? And I mean, we're playing the wrong game. That's what I had to learn, right? Because I don't know any millionaire or billionaire. You've read all the books, bro. I've read all the books too. There's more books galore, right? But they always say at the very end, if they could redo everything, they would spend more time doing something else, right? So this is what millionaires and billionaires are telling us, right? So they're basically saying money was not the issue, right? I don't know any millionaire on their deathbed saying, you know what? I really wish I would make one more $1 million deal before I, croak. Nah, they're looking at the relationships, who's going to be around, who's there on their deathbed or by their deathbed.
I mean, Justin, I gotta slow you down, bro, because I mean, you bringing the fire, and a lot of people don't get that. you know, you heard me talk about it all the time now. I mean, the most important thing is the memories, the time you spend with your kids. You know, sometimes I sit back and I have regrets because I was working and grinding real hard. And now my son in college and I missed a lot of track meets and stuff like that, right? But me and my son relationship is real strong. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but I still had the privilege of actually taking them to school and dropping them off and picking them up, you know, and the same thing with my daughter when they was younger and stuff, right? And even my granddaughter to a certain extent, you know, I had had the experience of picking her up from school after school, right? Even though I was in the middle of that grind, you know what I'm saying? But then as you get a little older and you start realizing, and I'm older than you, I'm 51, I'll be 52 in December, you start to realize that, yeah, man, we're going to create this wealth. I mean, no matter what, right? But it's still all about the memories. It's about the experience because you only got a certain amount of time. You know, if you marry, you want to spend that time, that quality time with your wife because 2020 should have taught us something. I mean, it should have taught whoever looking at this, it should have taught you that any given moment, the person you love the most could be taken away from you. So you want to cherish that and you want to, you know, actually, you want to put that above money because it ain't about the money. It's about, you know, I tell people it's not about the money. It's about what money can do. Money give you freedom, the freedom to do what you want to do and live life where you spending it with the people that's the most important to you. I mean, that's all it's about. You know, so many people chase this money and they don't even understand that. And whoever I'm talking to, me and Justin, really trying to get you to understand it. If you chase the money is going to run from you and you're never going to catch it. But if you chase making an impact in other people's life and making experiences in your life and your family life, the money is eventually going to come, but you got to try to figure it out. You truly do. I mean, because I've been there, Justin. I was just like you. I was chasing the money, the cars, the material things. I wanted this, I wanted that, you know? And in the end, as I sit here today, you know, I'm dealing with some shit, you know, because we friends, right? As I sit here today, none of that shit even matters. And I don't even cuss a whole lot, but that's just showing you where I'm at. None of that shit matters, bro. The only thing matters is, you know, being with my wife and my kids and my mom and my dad, just really cherishing that, being with friends like you when you come to town or getting on a freaking live. Like I call you, hey, bro, let's do a live today. This wasn't planned. This was just something I popped up and say, let's do it, right? So take it away, brother. I mean, there's some good stuff you're talking today.
Well, and number one, I want to say thank you so much for your vulnerability because I made a post the other day and it makes me so mad that some people are not vulnerable, right? And like my girl, I'm not even going to say her name, right? But it was last night. She messaged me. She knows who she is if she's watching this live. She knows who she is. She said, Justin, oh my God, you're like talking about me because we were doing a training last night. And she said, oh my God, you're talking about me. And I was like, well, good for you to understand. When we hold back our story, that's our problem. We think that nobody else is suffering like us or going through things like us, right? And they are, right? People are. So, but, you know, I wanted to touch on that and then go to the next segment here because number one, I love the fact that you said your vulnerability and that you're not the only one going through stuff. We all go through this. And I went through it just like you. And that's why I had to change. So my first change was, okay, how do I do work-life balance? And I think we read books and all this stuff. And like, there is no real line. My thing is this. So what I decided to say is, you know what? What if I could just attack the day? What if I could just attack the day, right? And make sure that each day I'm contributing and I'm making deposits into the areas that I want to go. And what are the three main areas that we all want to divulge in, right? Health, wealth, and relationships, right? So that's what I try to do each and every day. Now, can I get to everybody every day? Hell no. Like, can I get to every task on a business every day? No. Can I attack every body part in health every day? No. But I at least contribute to those areas each and every day. And I make it worth it, right? And because, you know, so many people, they sit there and they say, well, Justin, I don't have time. Right? How many times have you heard, you know, Troy, you're in the online business, right? Or home-based business where you get somebody brand new, they still got a 9-to-5, they got so many goals and all this, they got kids, right? And then you say, hey, you know what I mean? Did you get a chance to talk to 20 people a day? Or did you watch this presentation or whatever you know, their next step is? And they say, I'm sorry, I didn't have time today, right? Well, here's the thing. We all have time. Here's our problem. We don't really schedule it. We don't schedule it. We don't do the time blocks. We don't make it a point because I gave you this example, right? Not too long ago. So many millionaires were sitting there saying, hey, write down your goals, write down your goals, write down your goals. I heard it from a million millionaires, right? And it took me 2 to 3 years before I actually started writing down my goals. What I'm saying is we take that same philosophy with our time management, right? I don't have time. I know I'm supposed to work my business. But how about you say, okay, forget I know I'm supposed to work on my business. And you make a time block for it. And as stupid as it sounds, because we all think, I love my kids. I love my kids. You shouldn't have to tell me to spend time with my kids. I love my kids. Doesn't matter. Put it on the time block. That way, for that hour, I know you can't touch me. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, my business will be there when I'm done. Life will go on when I'm done. But for this hour, I'm going to give it to my family. Or I'm going to give it to my girlfriend. I'm going to give it to my kids, whatever I'm going to do. Time block.
I mean, Justin, yeah, I mean,
what do you think about time management?
I mean, bro, that's powerful within inside itself, because that's something that I had to really take a hold to over the past year and a half. You know, man, I've been in this game for 18 years, you know, so I had to really start to understand and do time blocks, you know, for my business, but not only for my business, putting stuff in where it was time for, you know, for my kids or for me and my wife, Lisa, to go hang out and stuff. You know, people saw us hang out almost every Friday, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times during the week, but that was all planned. That was part of the schedule, because I had to start realizing that what was most important to me. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I was doing what I was doing, not necessarily, you know, man, you know, as guys, we got big egos and stuff. And, you know, when you're young, you really want the best shit. You want the best cars. You want the biggest house. You want all the money, right? Because you want to floss. But as you get a little older, things start to change. Especially, I mean, man, you just mature way faster than, you know, because when I was at your age, I was still rolling like crazy, right? But now as I got in my 50s, and I be looking like, man, I know more than half of my life is gone, right? So now everything just, you know, it changed for me. You know, I talk about the 27,000 days. You know what I'm saying? And how many days I probably got left? Maybe 8,000, unless God bless me with more, right? So when I understand that, I got to cherish every moment. You know, I got to cherish this game as I build my business, and it's fun, and I got to make it fun. And it's things that I don't like doing, right? But I also, like, my son getting ready to come in town on Friday, and he should be here by 1:30, right? So 1:30, when my son come in town, everything else shut down. Because that's, I mean, hey, because I know he only going to be in town for a few days, and he got to go back to school. You see what I'm saying? So you got to block it out right, because, man, you hitting it so hard. And whoever looking at this, I hope you really grab this, because we trying to, it's never going to be like a truly balance. But, man, you got to figure out the reason why you really do what you do. You know, people say, you know, what's your why? What drives you, right? And that why could be your family or whatever. But if it's your family driving you, why are you letting your business take all the time away from your family? What's supposed to be driving you? Why would you take the chance of losing your family over the business? And that's why you're supposed to be doing what you're doing. It's crazy.
Well, it's crazy and it's scary, right? Because we think, man, if I take myself out of my business or away, then it's not going to get done. Things aren't going to get done. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect. This was hard for me to, and I don't even want to use the word master, but like even like attack, right? Because there was times where it was like, wait a minute, I got to pick up my phone. I got to answer this, right? Even though I was trying to give time for family, or I was trying to give time for my health and things like that. But it's hard. But this is something that once you start doing it, you'll start realizing, wait a minute, I'm wasting so much time on just bogus distractions. Because you said something that was very important, right? You said something about like what we really want, like we want to be with our family more, right? But then we grind and grind and grind, so it doesn't make sense. Or like I see so many people say, oh yeah, I got time freedom. You got time freedom, but then you're sitting there saying, oh, I'm working entrepreneur hours from, you know, midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, to me, that ain't time freedom. Now, don't get me wrong though. Like, I want to make this very, very clear. There's nothing wrong with having nice cars and going after nice cars and going after money and working a few late nights and things like that. What I'm saying is, if you feel like it's taking you off your path, you need to readjust and you need to clarify things again, right? And then that way you'll start, eliminating the distractions that are keeping you from what you truly want. Like for me, I told my story last night. I always got to remember where I tell my story, but really quick, I'll make it brief. But what was it? In 2016, I was a gym manager. Love the gym industry. I would still be a gym manager today, but I was helping all these people come in and change their lives, which is cool. I love doing that, right? But they were like, oh, Justin, I got to lose like 10 pounds because I'm about to go to Hawaii and da-da-da-da-da, right? And I was actually getting jealous because I was like, man, I would love to go to Hawaii, but I'm working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and I can't go to Hawaii, right? It's hard for me to take off, right? So anyways, I decided to go online. And next thing you know, I started this online business and I'm grinding and grinding and grinding. And I was like, wait a minute. I got on here to travel. I got on here to do time freedom. But yet all I'm doing is working on my business so much that I'm not even allowing. So in 2019, if you scroll through my Facebook, you'll see I traveled a whole bunch because I was like, I forced myself almost because I was like, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. Why am I going to stop myself from doing it? Right. And so I just started taking action on that and
I mean,
clarifying what I wanted.
I mean, that's powerful with inside itself, you know, just like, you know, Lisa came to me, early this year, was talking about moving to Florida, right? And as I sit and analyze it, when she first came to me, I was like, no, I didn't want to do that, right? But then she left and went there for 8 days, and after she was gone, because of this, I was like, man, if you want to go, I go, right? Because I understand like her mindset, because she started thinking like you, and I give hats off to you, because the most successful people that become real successful in life, they step away from their surroundings. They step away from their friends and stuff. They go to other places and create other experiences where they got to make it happen, right? So I kind of understood where she was coming from that standpoint. And now I understand it even more today, right? So I even told her not even long ago, if you want to go to Florida, or you want to go to California with Justin, even though, I don't want to go to California.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I would go hang out with him. And I don't know how a person that's in California, a freaking Dallas Cowboy fan. But Justin, you know what? We're going to wrap this up because I ain't got the charger to my phone. To my laptop, and it's about to die. But hey, guys, whoever looking at this, if you're not following Justin, you most definitely want to follow him. Me and Justin do a clubhouse every Sunday at 7 Central Standard Time. It's called Win in Life. It's called Winning in Life. It's powerful. We talk about subjects like this because me and Justin truly believe that you have greatness within you. We understand that all you got to do is just tap into that, but you got to understand what your why is and what's driving you. And if you're driven by like your family, I know Justin got a daughter. If you're driven by your kids and stuff like that, your wife or whoever, man, you got to understand that stuff got to be organized. And for me, it's always God, then it's my wife, then it's my kids and everybody else, my family and closest friend, right? So it's got to be some kind of structure to it, you know, because without a structure, you truly get out of balance. And if you're out of balance, then you end up losing what's the most important to you anyway, right? So Justin, close it out, man, before my battery died down, brother.
Oh, man. Hey, it's just like he said, right? Hey, we don't always have business problems. We have personal problems. So take that reflect in our business. So look, work on you. And I promise things will change. And like he almost said, I know his battery's about to die, but basically self-love too, right? You do have all the structure, but don't forget about you because you're the important thing in the whole, like, in your whole world. You're the greatest asset. So work on you and change your life from the inside out rather than the outside in. Okay. So anyways, my name is Justin Springer. Feel free to follow us and be on Clubhouse every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central.
All right. Hey, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into this. And Justin, bro, I'm going to let you go. I'll hit you up on the phone because the battery for the down this thing for real. All right, brother.
Bye,